I am buying the Dangote shares and I am not waiting to the last minute to do it. Here is why. There are few moments in an investor's life where you can see something coming. I mean, something big, so significant, so obviously important, and still have time to position yourself before it arrives. And do you know the exciting thing about those kind of opportunities is when you have enough time to position yourself before it arrives. The Dangote Refinery IPO is expected to launch in the coming months. When it does, shares in the largest single-train petroleum refinery on the planet Earth will be made available for ordinary people to buy from the Nigerian Exchange Group. Like, this IPO would not just be restricted to billionaires or to just investors and institutions. No, ordinary people like you and I would have the privilege to tap into this wealth opportunity. And I genuinely believe that people who prepare now before the offer opens will look back on this moment and say, this was a decision that changed everything. Like, with the way the world is going, we need to start thinking about things like this, long-term investments, long-term companies that you can just put in your money, and tomorrow, this money are going to yield interest for you that you can benefit. I am going to walk you through how to get ready, step by step, as simple as I can make it. So hi, my name is Victor. I'm a market research analyst, a digital marketing specialist, and a business enthusiast. But most importantly, my duty here is to equip you with the right information that will help you invest, start, grow, or scale any profitable business. So if this is the kind of information you would always want to have, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so each time I post, you'll be among the first to be notified. Also, you can follow me on all my social media pages: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. The links are on this channel description. Let me give you a quick picture of what we are talking about. The Dangote Refinery has a processing capacity of 650,000 barrels of crude oil per day. It is the largest refinery in Africa, and it is one of the largest in the world, and it is sitting on the continent of Africa. And so when a company of this scale goes public, two things typically happen. First, early investors who got in at the IPO price often benefit from a significant jump in share once trading begins. Secondly, long-term holders earn dividends as the company generates profits. And both of these things can actually work in your favor if only you're ready when the offer opens up. Actually, this process is quite straightforward and can be done entirely online. You want to open a brokerage account through any licensed broker of your choice. The one I use is Bamboo. It's an online platform. They also have like the app where you can just download it, go through the process of registration, register, put in your account details there, and you get your CSCS number. Popular licensed brokers you can also use are Stanbic IBTC Brokers, Meristem Securities, Cardinal Stone Securities. These are just a few of them. Go with what pleases you. Any of these will work. Like I said, once your brokerage account is set up, you would automatically receive a CSCS account. CSCS stands for Central Security Clearing System. Think of it as your personal digital vault where your shares are stored electronically. If you already use a trading app like Bamboo, here's a quick tip. Open your app, go to your profile where you see your name, go to your account details, and your CSCS number will be right there. Write it down because you would need it to apply for the IPO later on. And just so you know, you cannot buy IPO directly from the company. You need to go through a licensed broker. So next thing you want to do, you want to go to this website, invest.nxggroup.com. This is Nigerian Exchange Investment Platform. This is the official platform built specifically for public offerings in Nigeria. Step 3, you would have to fund your accounts before the offer opens. This is a step most people skip, but it is the most important one. When a major IPO opens, it moves fast. And so if you do not already have money sitting in your account, you will miss that window. Here's a simple guide to investment levels. If you're starting out with, let's say, 50,000 to 200,000 naira, that's quite a reasonable entry point. If you're an intermediate investor, meaning you want to buy up to 500,000 to 10, 20, 30, 50 million, it means you are actually a serious investor. You do not need to be rich to participate. You just need to be ready. Investing in stocks, shares, it wasn't my thing until, I saw my a distant aunt of mine, I somehow became close to her, and I realized that this woman was living out of her investment. She was over 60s or 70s. She was now, retired from work and all of that. And what she was living on was all the investment she had made all the years while she was working in the corporate world. So even at old age, she was living large. She was building houses. She was still developing. She had retired, so she didn't have anything to do with her life. So what she was doing, if she gets her dividend from, all these different companies she had invested in when she was younger, she would use it to invest in housing, buying land, just doing things, and also giving to our children and our grandchildren. That was when I realized that investing in things like this cannot be overemphasized. Like, nobody needs to beg you. Just that extra money that you don't even want to touch, that is lying there or sitting down there in the bank and is not making any money for you. You can just throw it into, stuff like this and earn a dividend, earn some profit in the future. And she was one that began to make me understand why these kind of investments are really, 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 really good. Like, I saw practically with my eyes how she was living her life. She was living large. This man was collecting around 10-20 million naira on a monthly basis. Tell me where you get that kind of money at retirement. Tell me the pension scheme that will pay you that kind of money. Yes, and she was even traveling abroad, taking care of her health, taking care of herself. She was really living large. So that was when I realized that investments like this cannot be overemphasized. Nobody needs to beg you. It's a matter of choice and decision. And don't take this video as an investment advice. No, take it as as just a motivation, as an information. And next to our step 4, you want to read the prospectus when it drops. Very important. Before the IPO officially opens, Dangote will drop a document called a prospectus, approved by the Securities and Exchange Commissions in Nigeria. This document will tell you the shares price per unit, the number of shares you can buy, the subscription date, the dividend policy, and the company's financials. Read it, don't skip it, because this is a document that tells you exactly what you're buying into and what your rights are as a shareholder. So that tomorrow, if you want to make claims, you can, bring it out and say, this was what you wrote on your prospectus. Step 5, apply for your shares. Once the IPO open, log quickly into your brokerage account. That's the NGS Invest platform, which you had already created. Enter how many shares you want to buy, submit the application, and authorize payments. For example, if the IPO price is set at 100 naira per shares and you're investing up to 500,000 naira, it means you're applying for 5,000 shares. Now, here's something to be aware of. If the IPO is oversubscribed, which means more people have applied than there are actually shares available, which is very likely for a listing this size, you may receive a fewer shares than you applied for initially, and then the remaining money will be refunded automatically to your account. This is completely normal. Step 6, you need to decide your strategy. Once shares are allocated and trading begins, you have 2 paths. The first is a long-term hold. This is where you keep the shares, you earn dividends as the refinery generates profits, and you benefit from growth in share value over time. This is a wealth building play. The second is the early exit. Many IPO stocks jump significantly immediately after listing as demand spikes. Some investors apply for IPOs specifically to sell in that early window and take quick profits. Both of them are valid strategies. Just know which one aligns with your financial goals before you even apply. I want to close with this. The biggest mistake people actually make with opportunities like this is waiting until it is announced before they start preparing. By then, because the window is short and the pressure is high, most people make rush decisions and miss it entirely. Let me even draw my ear saying this. The Dangote Refinery is coming and smart money people are getting ready. So what you want to do right now is open a brokerage account, get your CSCS number ready, go to the NGS Invest website, fund your account. That is transfer money, pull money, anyhow you want to do it, take money into your account, fund it. If you got any value from this video, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell icon. See you on my next one.